Hey all, I'm going live with a yoga class soon, but I'm gonna wait for some people to come in and get my camera straightened around. So if you're jumping in, just be patient and grab your yoga mat and maybe your coffee or your water, and I will return shortly. Don't see anybody yet. So if you hop in this morning, I would love if you typed in who you are and where you're coming from. Normally I offer this class live, in person, but considering the interesting nature of things right now, I thought that I would offer it virtually today to all my Facebook friends. So say who you are and where you're coming from, and we'll get started at 10 o'clock. see that we have a couple people in here. I'm not sure if it's quite 10 o'clock yet, but I'll get started. I just want to talk a little bit before we get started. I know that, oh, look at all that bright sun. Oh, I'm going to sit right in it. I know that things have been a little crazy lately in the universe, and a lot of people have been feeling really isolated and really stressed out and stuff, and that's totally understandable given the current circumstances are kind of unprecedented what we're going through. And by the way, if anybody is in here, I would so love if you could let me know if you can hear me okay and stuff. Like, feel free to interact. So normally I offer this class on, hi Nancy, let me know if you can hear me okay. Actually, I feel like I should pull the camera a little bit closer maybe. So first of all, patience, I would so appreciate anyone who's watching this, your patience, because this is the first time that I'll be offering this class on a Facebook Live. I do it on Zoom. I'm going to try not to say 1,000 times, but Facebook Live is kind of unnerving. But anyway, I normally teach this class on Tuesday mornings in person from my home, and considering things are a little challenging right now, I decided to offer what I can to the community because there's a lot of stress right now. And I feel like it's important for us to offer what we can to each other right now, and even if that's virtually, then yeah, we should do that. So I wanted to start by saying that, and sorry, I'm a little distracted here. Yeah, we each have something to offer. We all have different things that we can offer people. Maybe if you have a strong immune system, you can go shopping for older people. There's all kinds of things that you can do. If you have a virtual offering, I think now is the time for those of us who do things online to step up and offer our services in that way. That said, I think people are really critical these days, can be kind of harsh. So I'm going to say some stuff. I'm going to give you some tips this morning to help build your immune system and hopefully to keep your stress levels down. I am woo-woo. I'm a little bit woo-woo. I'm a little bit woo-woo and a little bit science. If you're one of those people that likes to really critique the woo-woo, I totally invite you to turn this off. And in fact, that's kind of what I want to start with today, is the idea of turning things off. That we tend to, we have 24 hours of news now on 17 different channels, and we open up Facebook and there's so much information out there. And if what makes you feel better is to gather as much information as possible, then that's awesome. We all have different ways that we're handling what's the current situation of what's currently going on. It has never happened before, so whatever way you're handling it, whatever way other people are handling it, let's just all let each other be. Let's just all let each other handle it however it is that we're handling it. That said, the media feeds off of our fear. And there is a lot of fear being sort of pumped into the collective right now. And if you don't believe that we're connected to each other, then I would ask you to watch a flock of birds flying through the sky on any given day and note how they don't talk to each other verbally to tell each other which direction to go, but yet somehow they're able to stay together because they're connected. And so are we. Everything is connected. The ocean is affected. The ocean and the tides are affected by the moon, so why wouldn't we be affected by each other? So there's a lot of fear and anxiety in the collective right now. I think that it's a really good idea some days to just turn the news off for a little while, to just check out a Facebook, get out into nature. That would be my #1 tip for building up your immune system. And by the way, I'm not an expert, I'm not a doctor. But I did lose my spleen in a car accident in 1988, so technically I am immunocompromised. However, I get sick way less than ordinary people. And I think that's due to a lot of things, but most notably just I've studied the immune system for many, many years to build up my own immune system, And I genuinely believe that our bodies have immense powers to heal themselves. So think about when you get a cut, and you don't have to go to the doctor, and you don't really have to do anything but just keep it clean, and it will develop a scab on its own and heal over all by itself. And our bodies will do that too. I believe if we nourish them properly, they have an easier time to do that. So immune system building techniques, there's many, but I would say just a quick list: drinking lots of water, which I'm guilty of not doing as much as I should, loading up on your vitamin C, staying away from panic and fear, because the emotions, the thoughts that we have and the emotions that we have are basically just chemicals in the body. So if we're running the emotional program, if you will, of happiness, bliss, contentedness, those kinds of things, then we're shooting serotonin and dopamine into our systems. If we're constantly running the stress programs, then we're running like adrenaline and cortisol, and over the long term, those have been shown to have really detrimental effects on our physical systems, our mental and physical systems. So, it's good to be cautious and be prepared and do all the things that we're being told to do, but don't get so sucked into the fear. Like, one of the biggest things that I would say is mindfulness is just being aware of what you're thinking all the time and noticing if you're having a desire to want to continuously scroll and look for the next thing and feed off of that kind of fear energy, because our brains are basically equipped to look for the next danger out in the environment all the time. That's what our primal brain does. So we do have a tendency to remember the negative things and to kind of focus on the negative things more than the positive. It takes some effort to kind of change your brain and make that intentional focus toward more positive things like gratitude. And forgiveness is another really huge thing that I think we can do that builds our immune system, believe it or not. Gratitude, forgiveness, good, happy chemicals. Also, breath. Our breath, we take it so for granted, and we have a tendency to breathe really high, shallow breaths way up high in our chest when we're tense. So I would suggest, and we'll start with a little bit of this once we get going, some deep belly breathing. There's all kinds of techniques like holotropic breathing and Wim Hof breathing you can look up on YouTube or Google. I won't get too much into that, but the biggest thing I think is nature. Nature is free, and you can stand 6 feet away from each other and go out in it and take off your socks and shoes and get connected with the earth. Touch the earth. We're meant to be connected to the earth. And if that sounds woo-woo to you, then turn this off, because I'm a huge proponent of nature and earthing, barefooting, going outside and playing, and humor. Humor is so important right now. Everyone is, and I can see comments are coming in, people are so serious right now, so everything's really serious. And I'm not saying that we shouldn't be taking these things seriously, absolutely, but that doesn't mean we have to move through our lives in this really serious, fearful way. We can still enjoy ourselves, we can still have fun, we can still appreciate each other. My partner and I joke around all the time, all day long, calling each other names and yelling and playing and dancing, and you're never too old to play and dance and just enjoy life. That is what we're here for, believe it or not, right now. And we're all on different paths, and if you want to be serious and somebody else wants to be humorous, then that's fine too. Let's let everybody be. What else? Immune system building, vitamin C. I take zinc, which also helps with focus, selenium. There's all kinds of different mushrooms. I won't go too much into that. A lot of them grow here in the Pacific Northwest. I eat a lot of leafy greens. I eat an avocado almost every day. Root vegetables, superfoods, smoothies with plant protein. All kinds of stuff. And most importantly is movement. I think that stress, I know that there's been a lot of studies that have shown that stress gets kind of like lodged in the body, in our soma. And so anything that you can do to just let it go, like sometimes we live out in the middle of nowhere, so I'm used to being isolated, by the way, but So sometimes we'll go out in the woods and I'll just yell really loud. Or I'll shake it out, and we'll do a little bit of that again once we get moving here. But just anything, and dancing is great. Anything to release that stress from the body. And really, I think the most important thing is just staying in charge of your own narrative and recognizing your own thoughts and taking a break when you need to. Taking a break from the constant barrage of news and social media and fear and all of that. And you know, my partner and I went out to hot springs for a few days, and we came back and all this panic had erupted, and it was very strange because we were so off the grid. So yeah, stay in tune with your own breath and be aware, and let's do some movement. So good morning, and I want to see who's on with me. Hi, Jillian. Hi, Candace. Candace is usually here in person. So let's go ahead and get started. If you don't already have a mat, then grab a mat. And I just want to do just a little bit of really basic movement this morning. And could somebody let me know if you can hear me okay? Candace? Anybody? Let me know. Hopefully you can hear me. So we're going to keep it really, really basic. If you have any physical limitations, please be mindful. You know your body better than I do, and I actually can't see you right now. So in my classes, I often say it's not about watching me and trying to do exactly what I'm doing. It's about really tuning into yourself. And I think this is a great thing just in life in general, to take that time every once in a while to just stop, take a deep belly breath, and just see how much better that feels. Finding that center within. We spend so much time up here, thinking, doing. We're human beings, not human doings. So bring your energy down here, into your heart, into your gut, into your core, and allow yourself to feel whatever you're feeling. It's all beautiful. Emotions are beautiful. All right. We will start with a couple of those kinds of deep breaths. So if you haven't done deep belly breathing before, think of yourself as like a big Buddha belly here. So we're gonna breathe into about a count of 6, beginning with the belly first. So the belly expands on the inhale, moving up into the chest and the heart center, maybe closing the eyes. Nice, straight, tall, long spine. Maybe you might want to put a little pillow behind your bum. And holding the breath up at the top for a few counts, maybe 4 or 5. And then letting the breath go, nice long exhale. The shoulders relax, the heart softens, and the belly contracts at the bottom. And we'll do a couple more of those at your own pace. Feel free to close your eyes. Holding at the top for a few counts. Try to make the exhale longer than the inhale. Engage the parasympathetic nervous system to relax you. Couple more big breaths. Noticing whatever thoughts are coming up and just letting them kind of float by like clouds. We don't have to get attached to them. Let's just be right here, right now. There's nowhere else to be, nothing else to do. Let's just be together. One more big breath together. Beautiful. Now, on the next breath, let's bring the hands up overhead. Big inhale up overhead. And exhale, we're going to tilt over to the right. So bring your right hand down, your left arm over, and we're just going to reach through that side body. Oh, a nice side body stretch. Look at that beautiful sunlight. And inhale up overhead, big inhale up. And exhale over to the other side. And I can see comments coming in, but I can't read them from here. So I hope you all are enjoying so far. Inhale up overhead. And exhale, we'll bring the hands forward, leading with the chin. Nice long spine from the hips, not the waist, beginning to just come forward. And you might just have a couple inches here, or maybe you can come down farther. Don't push, just relax and allow. And breathe. And maybe with each exhale, can hear and see you just fine. Okay, thanks, Candace. Maybe with each exhale, you can let go a little bit more. Maybe find another little millimeter of space here. Let your head relax. Maybe shake out the neck. And then slowly make your way up overhead. Let's go ahead and roll the shoulders back a few times. Lots of breath. Good, and we'll roll up the neck. Inhaling as you go back, exhaling as you come forward, whichever way feels good for you. Small circles, big circles, just stay with your breath. And then we'll go the opposite direction. Beautiful. Let's stretch the right leg out to the side, and we'll keep the left leg hugged into the groin. If you're mirroring me, you're going to be opposite. And we'll go arms up overhead, big inhale up. And we'll exhale sideways over toward that leg. So not forward, but sideways. Stretching out through the side body. You want to keep that left sit bone fully connected. And again, none of this, we're not trying to push. It's not about how far down can you go, how much can you push yourself. It's how much can you relax and allow yourself to release. Let go of some of that tension, let go of some of the stress, and make room for the good stuff. Lots of breath here. And then we'll come up through the center. We're going to bring the left hand back behind us. The right arm is going to swoop up and through. And if it feels okay, we'll come up onto the knee. We're going to raise the hips up to the sky. Let that right arm drop all the way back. Your head drops back. You can come up onto the fingertips here. So we're protecting the wrist. And just open your heart. And breathe. Big stretch here. We'll bring the bum back onto the ground, and we'll kind of swoop through the front here until we're forward over the leg this time instead of sideways. Lots of breath. And then we'll slowly work our way up. Shake out your head. I just like making that noise. All right, switch legs. Left leg out to the side. We're going to go arms up overhead. Big inhale up. And exhale sideways. Over the left leg. Oh, that side's pretty tight. Nice big stretch in that right side body. Long, we're reaching out long past that foot. How long can you make yourself? Lots of breath. Maybe you can find another little millimeter of space with each exhale. We'll come up through the center, nice and easy. Right hand's going to go back behind us. Left arm swoops up and through. If this doesn't feel comfortable for you, just stay on your bone. You don't have to rise up. Left arm drops back. Up on the fingertips on the right hand. Head drops back. Heart is open. Good. Bum comes back down to the floor, or the keister, as the older ladies I teach like to say. Swooping through the front, forward over the leg this time instead of sideways. Now you'll notice I'm not going to go as far on this leg because I actually tore a muscle, I think, in the back of my leg a few weeks ago. Which brings me to say that every side is different, every day is different. Accept yourself wherever you are. If you haven't stretched in a while, be kind to yourself. Be forgiving with yourself. Things don't happen overnight. If you've never done yoga before, be kind to yourself, be easy on yourself. We don't lose weight overnight. We don't learn how to do brand new things overnight. Everything takes time, so be patient. Stay with your breath. And let's roll up. We're going to bring the feet together in Baddha Konasana, and we're going to just butterfly the knees out to the sides. Lots of breath. Nice, straight, tall spine. Good. All right, I'm going to move the camera up and see who else is commenting, because we're going to stand now. And we're going to do some real basic, easy yoga. And bear with me again, this is the first time I've done a Facebook Live yoga class, so hopefully I get this all right. What do we got? Hi, Nancy. Good morning. I'm glad my regulars are joining me at least. Okay, so we're standing. Hopefully you can still hear me okay. I think my head is going to be cut off a little bit. I'll try to talk a little bit louder. Can you guys hear me from back here? Can you hear me back there? Anybody? Anybody? Nancy, Candace? All right, well, hopefully you can. All right, so we're standing up. Now we're going to reach the arms up overhead, big inhale up overhead. And we're going to exhale, tilt over to the right. Inhale through the center. And exhale, other side. Inhale, center. And exhale, we're going to bend from the hips, not the waist, and come all the way down, nice and easy. We'll let the head hang heavy here, bending into the knees as much as you need to. Just relaxing. I'm going to turn sideways so you can see we're just letting the upper body fall. And if that means your knees need to be really bent, that's fine. Just let the upper body hang. Let your head be heavy. Maybe grabbing opposite elbows and swaying back and forth. Connecting to your breath. Then on your next inhale, let's come halfway up. Bring your hands to your shins, flatten out your back, look forward. And exhale back down. Bend into your knees and begin to come up to standing. If you're older, let's not roll out the back. If you're younger, you can roll it out. Arms come up overhead, big inhale up. And exhale, Samastitihi, hands to heart center. Shake out your hands. Shake out your feet. Shake out your legs. Shake out your arms. Feel the flab on the back of your arms. Shake it if you got it, if you're over 40 like me. Shake out your booty. Shake it, shake it, shake it. I'm going to stand in the sun, and I'm going to do some dancing. I'm going to do some shaking. I'm going to make a little bit of noise. We call this horse breath. So we're going to go deep breath in, and then let it out. And one more time, remembering not to take yourself too seriously. Shake it, breathing in. And horse breath, let it out. If you're not laughing yet, then I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. All right. Let's go, arms back up overhead. And as we exhale, we're going to come into a crescent lunge. So we'll bring the right leg back. And again, I'm trying to fit into the screen here, so bear with me. We'll bring the right leg back. We're going to go knee over heel on the left leg. And we're going to find what's called a drishti point. Something we can focus on the wall or the floor that's not moving. And we're just going to breathe here. We're going to sink into this lunge. You'll notice that that right hip wants to drop forward. We want to kind of bring it back. Or sorry, align it forward, not back. My bad. And then we're going to open up to Warrior 2. So I'll show you from the back first. We go about 45 degrees with the back foot. The arms come down. We're looking out over that left fingertip. The shoulders are relaxed. The low body's doing the work here. I'll show you from this way as well. I'm off my mat now. And then we're going to remember to breathe, and we're going to sink in to this, and we're going to hold. So we put an external rotation on the inner thighs as if they're kind of spinning out toward the far sides of the room. Don't be afraid of this lunge. Sink in. Good. Now we're going to ease forward. We're going to flip the palm, and we're going to come over that back leg for a beautiful, peaceful warrior. Looking up toward that left hand. And we'll come back to that warrior two. We're going to straighten out the front leg. We're going to pop that right leg out to the side. We're going to kind of ease forward. And I'm going to go really light with this because I still have some injury on the back of my left leg. But essentially we're going to go right arm up to the sky. The left arm is going to go down. Now if you have a block, you can put your hand on a block. The right leg needs to stay straight. Mine can't right now because I have an injury. Hopefully if you know Trikonasana, you're able to get into it and you're able to be forgiving with me. Good. We're going to come back to warrior two, and we're going to swoop the arms all the way down and around that foot to a nice low lunge. Hands are around that left foot. Just allow yourself to just kind of sink in here. Open the hips and thighs. Good. Now the front foot is going to meet the back foot in plank. Option to drop your knees if you need to. The pressure should be on your fingertips, not your wrists. More so, anyway, the full hand, but we'll take a deep breath here. And we'll exhale, slowly lower down, keep the elbows tight to the body. We're going to inhale up to Bhujangasana Cobra, so just a little ways up here. And then we'll exhale to our first downward facing dog. And hopefully you can see me okay. So if you're new to yoga, I would rather see you like this if you need to be than like this. This is not downward facing dog. This is downward facing dog. Eventually you can start to straighten out your legs and bring your heels down, but that might not happen right away, and that's okay. So now we're going to walk our dog. We're going to come up high onto one tippy toe and one knee. Whatever feels good for you here, just stay with your breath. Good. We're going to come into stillness here. Hopefully everyone can still hear me. Upside down. And we'll raise the right leg up high to the sky. Big inhale up. Now we're going to let that knee bend. We're reaching the knee up to the ceiling. Opening the hip, and we're going to go 3 big circles. So 1 and 2 and 3, and we'll bring it all the way through and place it down in between the hands back to that low lunge. And we're going to bring the back foot in a little bit tighter. We're going to straighten out the front leg and just allow the upper body to kind of fall there. A little micro bend in that front right knee. And don't push yourself here. Just do what you can. If you need to modify, that's so okay. Good, bending back into that front knee. Back to that nice low lunge. Front foot meets the back foot again in plank. Holding here. Pressure's on the thumb and the first finger and the fingertips. Save your wrists. Big breath. Notice if your butt's way up in the air. See if you can bring it down, and then we'll exhale, lower all the way down. Elbows stay tight. Inhale, cobra, or maybe upward facing dog if you want to come up a little bit higher. And exhale, downward facing dog. Lots of breath. We're going to look toward our hands. We're going to bring a deep bend into our knees, and we're going to walk or jump our feet to meet up with our hands in forward fold. Uttanasana. And I'm going to turn around so you can see me a little bit better. And again, we're just kind of letting go with the upper body, finding a little bit of sway. On the next inhale, let's come halfway up, look forward, flatten out your back. Exhale back down. Bending into the knees, we'll come up to standing again. We'll go arms up overhead. Exhale, hands to heart center. Arms back up overhead again. This time we're going to do crescent lunge on the opposite side that we did before. Last time we went right leg back, I believe. This time we're going to go left leg back. And we're going to, again, find that drishti point, something on the wall to focus on to help us keep our balance. You'll notice that left hip. See how my left hip is wanting to drop back? We want to align it forward. Knee over heel on the right leg to protect the knee. Shoulders are relaxed. Lots of breath. Sink into the lunge. Open up to warrior two. About 45 degrees with that back foot. And my cat is about to come in and join us. We're looking straight out over that right fingertip. The shoulders are relaxed and it's about to become kitty yoga. Sinking into the lunge. Knee over heel on that right foot. Don't be afraid of this lunge. External rotation from the inner thighs. Hi, now. Now. Holding here. Sink in a little further. Flipping that right palm upside down. Reaching forward. And then back over the back leg. Looking up toward that right hand. Reverse warrior. For those of you who have been here, the hummingbirds are here out the window. Yay! Sinking in. Good. Straighten out that front leg. Hands come back to where they were. We're going to ease toward the right side of the room. Maybe kick that back leg in a little more. Pop that left hip out to the side. Let the right arm drop. If you have a block or something similar, you can grab a hold of it, or a cat maybe. Reaching the left arm up. Maybe looking up toward that left hand if you can. If you need a little bit more balance, looking down toward the right. External rotation from the belly button sideways. So we don't want to be like hanging over the leg like this. We want to be sideways. Looking up toward that left hand. Round. Good. And now we'll bend back into that leg as we come back to warrior two on the opposite side. Looking out over that right fingertip like a warrior. Hands coming all the way down and around the foot. Nice low lunge. Let the hips and thighs open here. Lots of breath. Front foot's going to meet the back foot in plank, upward push-up. Holding here for a couple of breaths. Big inhale together. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, cobra or upward facing dog, your choice. Exhale, downward facing dog. And walk it out. Lots of breath. Goodies. So important to have love in our lives right now. Whether that's a pet or a loved one. Love and play are very important. All right, tucking your shirt in. Raising your left leg up high to the sky, pointing your toe. Big inhale. Exhale, let that knee bend. The knee is pointed up toward the ceiling. We'll go 3 big circles with the hip. 1, 2, and 3. Bring it all the way through. Place it down in between the hands for that low lunge again. Bringing the back foot in a little bit closer. Straightening out the front leg. Letting the upper body just fall over that front leg. Let the head relax. Coming back into that bent front knee. Front foot meets the back foot in plank. Big breath. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, rising up, cobra or up dog. Yogi's choice. Exhale, downward facing dog. Walk it out. Around. Looking up toward the hands, we'll bring a deep bend into the knees. Walk or jump the feet up to meet the hands and forward fold. Uttanasana, and immediately rising up to standing. Arms come up overhead, big inhale up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Oh, roll out the shoulders a few times. Readjust to this standing position again. Pull up your leg warmers if you need to. Shake everything out. All right, so those of you who've been with me live, I see some hearts coming up when I shake. Shake it, shake it, shake it, shake it. So those of you who've been with me live know where we're going to go next. We're going to go star to the goddess Kali. So we'll come to about a 3-foot stance or so, wide-legged stance. On the inhale, we're going to reach up high into the sky. The fingers will be spread out. I know you can't see mine. And a big inhale up. We're going to think about all the things that are stressing us out right now that we want to let go of. And as we exhale, we'll pull the feet out to the sides, the knees out to the sides, cactus arms, fingers are spread, eyes go wide, mouth goes open, and we go, ah, like the goddess Kali, and we let it go. All right, are we ready? Let's do it together. Big inhale up overhead. What do you want to let go of? Exhale, let it go. Remember not to take yourself too seriously. Inhale up overhead. And exhale, let it go. If you've got kids with you, feel free to get them to join in. This is a really fun one. And one last time, inhale up overhead. What are you hanging on to that you want to let go of? Exhale, let it all go. Jazz hands. All right. Straighten out the legs. Inhale up overhead. Clasping the hands up overhead. Leaning back a little bit. Belly is engaged. Bum is engaged. Exhale, folding forward. Wide-legged forward fold. Let the head hang. Reaching for the right ankle with the left hand. The right hand reaches up overhead, pulling the nose toward the knee, very slightly, lightly. Lots of breath. And then reaching for the left ankle with the right hand, reaching the left hand up overhead, pulling the nose toward the knee. Gentle, gentle. Coming back into the center, pull the feet out to the sides, deep bend in the knees as we come back up to standing. Arms come up overhead, feet come together. Exhale, Utkatasana, chair. So it's like you're sitting in a chair, but there's no chair there. Shoulders are relaxed. Sink in here. And inhale, arms up overhead. Exhale, hands to heart center. Let's work on our balance before we drop it down. So relax your shoulders, tuck your tailbone under. Find that drishti point, something that you can look at straight ahead of you that's not moving, to lock your gaze onto. Begin to shift weight into your left leg first. Feel yourself root down through that leg. Don't even begin to raise your right until you feel really solid and stable through that left leg. But once you do, we'll bring the foot up either to the tippy toe here. If you can bring it off the ground, that's great. Bring it either to the calf or the thigh, just not the knee. And if you fall down, just get back up. Be nice to yourself. Don't forget to breathe. Then maybe we'll open our branches in this beautiful Vrikshasana tree pose. Maybe even look up toward the ceiling. Shoulders are relaxed. Palms are facing each other. I know you can't really see my hands right now. Hands come back to heart center. If you're really comfortable here, we're going to move on to Padangusthasana. If this does not, what I'm about to do does not feel comfortable for you, then just stay where you are or just relax. We're going to bring the right foot toward the front. We're going to bring the left hand to the hip. We're going to reach up and try to grab hold of that foot. And if you're older, I know you're probably laughing at me right now, like, heck no. Do what you can. We're going to see if we can stretch that foot out in front of us. And then maybe even open it up Out to the side. This is for my advanced students. I just want to give you something fun. Maybe even look over toward the foot. Woo. Bring that foot back to the front. Maybe we even lean down over the leg. And then we'll come back to Vrikshasana where we started from. So bring that foot back to where it came from. Hands come back to heart center. Good job. Whatever you did a great job. All right, shake it all out. Very nice. All right, I'm going to come over here and see who's with me. Hi, Michelle. Haven't seen you in a while. Hi, Terry. Hi, Shelly. Oh my gosh, I miss you guys so much. I miss my Long Beach people. I'm looking for a place to teach over there, so let me know. All right, shifting weight into the right leg now. Same thing, opposite side. Don't even begin to raise that left until you feel really rooted down through the right leg. Once you do, we'll come to the calf or the thigh, just not the knee. Maintaining that focus point. This pose is so much more about your mind than your body, really, depending on your body. Where we choose to place our focus is really important these days. Find something good to focus on. There's positive and negative in all things. It's up to you which you want to focus on at any given moment. Open your branches if it feels comfortable for you. Maybe look up toward the ceiling. Shoulders are out of the ears. Hands come back to heart center, slow and controlled. Maintain that focus. Now for the advanced students, right hand is going to come to the right hip. Left hand is going to reach for the toe. Maybe wrapping the first two fingers around the big toe. Seeing if you can stretch that leg out. So I'm not going to be able to do it all the way on this leg because I have an injury. But we saw it on the other leg. And this is kind of doing this to talk about being forgiving with ourselves, with our own bodies, and allowing ourselves to just be wherever we are in any given moment. If we're feeling crazy, if we're feeling stiff, that's okay. Let it be. Eventually, all things pass. Maybe stretching the leg out to the side, doing what you can here, maybe looking over toward the leg. My cat likes to talk. Back to the center, maybe bending down over the leg. Woo! Back to Vrikshasana. Bringing that leg back to where it was. Hands come back to heart center. Good, and shake it all out. Woo! Shake out that right leg. Woo! Let's give ourselves one more great big shake and a couple more big breaths. And let it all go. We have so much we're all hanging on to. Just let it go. One more time. Big breath together. And let it go. All right, remember to laugh at yourself. And laugh at this crazy world because it's very crazy right now. Inhale, arms up overhead. Oh, exhale all the way back down. Inhale, halfway up, looking forward. Exhale, fold it back down. Beautiful. Let's come down to a seated position. I'm going to move the camera. Again. Hopefully you guys are still with me, bearing with any technical issues here. Oh, I'm so happy some of my people that used to come to my classes last year, 2 years ago. Hi, Erica and Amanda in Toronto. Hello, I'm so happy to see everyone here. How are you all doing? I think the isolation can be pretty challenging these days. I'm pretty used to it because we live out in the middle of nowhere. But it's definitely feeling the extra effects of it lately. So it's really good. It's really good to be here in this virtual land. I kind of wish I could hear you all talk somehow. Maybe we'll do a Zoom next time. Wow. Okay, here we are. Let's find a comfortable seated position. Nice straight tall spine. Let's just take a couple minutes to recalibrate back to sitting. Feeling your energy just kind of sinking in through your sits bones. Relaxing back into the earth. My cat wants to go back outside, so he's going to be really annoying right now. Couple breaths. Brown. All right, we're going to, if we can, we're going to stretch our legs straight out in front of us. We're going to go to, all right, staff pose. So legs are right straight out in front. We want to pull the flesh out from behind the sit bones so we're fully connected to the earth. We're going to reach up through the ceiling, big inhale up. And exhale from the hips, not the waist. Let the hands come to the shins. I love my cat. Stretching out, kind of leading with the chin here at first. Again, you might just have a couple inches. I'm a little stiff right now. That's okay, wherever you are is beautiful. But with each exhale, or each inhale, so you can get a little longer, a little taller, and each exhale, maybe you can let go another little millimeter or two. We'll stay here for a few breaths. See how much expression you can find in this pose. Slowly make your way back up to a seated position. We're going to go knees up toward the ceiling. Feet are going to be flat on the floor. We'll get a little bit of heat going in the core. For those of you who are my regulars, I know you just love this one, right? So big deep breath in. My cat still wants my attention. Exhale, stretch the legs out. If you need to keep a hold on the back of the thighs, that's totally okay. But if you can, we're going to let go, extending the arms out forward. Feet are flexed. And we're going to kind of lean back into this. So you'll probably begin to shake. That's totally normal. Let the shake happen. Let the burn happen. Don't forget to breathe. I'm going to go easy because I also have back injury I'm nursing. This is what happens when you don't do much yoga for a while. Injuries. All right, bring it into a little ball. Big deep breath here. And exhale right back out again. Breathe, sink in. And back into a little ball. Beautiful. All right, we're going to rock 1, 2, 3 times all the way onto our back and into Halasana plow pose if that's in your practice. So that means feet up over the head, supporting the low back with the hands. If that's not in your practice, please just come flat onto your back and just raise your feet up toward the ceiling. Cat. All right, so make sure to support your low back. If you're familiar with this pose, we'll go 1, 2, 3. 1 and 2. And 3, hands on the low back, arm or feet up over the head. You should see your beautiful, beautiful belly hanging here right in front of your face. And we'll move the shoulders closer together as we prepare for shoulder stand. So one leg at a time, moving the shoulders really close together. We want to be on the shoulders, not the neck. And if this isn't in your practice, you should be flat on your back right now, with your feet just raising up toward the ceiling. We'll move the ankles in a circle. You probably can't see my ankles, but they're moving in a circle right now. And the other direction. And we'll flex them, and we'll point them, and we'll pop and crack the toes, and we'll do a little bicycle ride. And then we'll shake out the legs. Shake, 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 shake. All right, and then slowly, letting the shoulders relax, we'll begin to roll ourselves down. Moving your hands to wherever you want to move them so that you can bring yourself down slow and controlled, one vertebrae at a time. Nice and easy here. We'll bring the knees into the chest. And let's let the knees fall back toward the armpits. We're going to reach up for the feet, and we'll go to happy baby. Just rocking back and forth, finding a little playfulness, just like my cat is doing. Maybe stretching out one leg, maybe the other leg. Lots of breath. And then we'll bring the feet together in Supta Baddha Konasana. And I haven't made a name for this one yet. I call it the washing machine, but we're just kind of moving the low back and forth. All right, good. Bring the knees back into the chest. Let's let the left leg fall down to the floor. We'll keep the right leg hugged into the chest. Hopefully you can still see me okay. On your next in-breath, let the right leg drop open to the right first. And then as we exhale, we'll push that right leg over to the left, rolling onto your left-hand side, making any little adjustments you need to make here. And then we'll let the upper body splay back open toward the right. We're looking over toward the right hand. And then maybe just closing your eyes and letting go. Wriggling yourself out like an old washcloth. Letting go of whatever tension and stress is in there. Slowing it down now. Keeping the abdomen engaged, let's roll back to the center, and we're going to switch legs. So hug the left leg into the chest, the right leg goes down to the floor. I think my cat just drank some of my coffee. Grabbing a hold of your left knee, let the left knee fall open to the side on the inhale. And then exhale, pushing it all the way over to the right, rolling onto your right hand side. Upper body splays back open to the left, palms are face up. Looking toward the left hand, and then just close your eyes. If you want a little extra here, you can place the right hand on top of the left thigh and push down a little. Excuse me. Just relaxing, releasing. Keeping the abdominal muscles engaged, we'll roll back to the center. Let's raise the feet up to the ceiling one last time. Straighten up the legs. Flex and point the feet a few times. Pop and crack the toes. Give them a good shake. All right, let's bring the knees back into the chest. We're going to wrap the hands up around the legs. We're going to point the toes. Flex the calves. Flex the thighs. Flex your bum and your back and your belly. Move your shoulders and arms up toward your knees. Roll your head up toward your knees. Close your eyes, purse your lips. Belly is engaged, chest, arms, everything. Don't forget to breathe. Even pull the internal organs up and in. Everything's tight. And let it all go. Oh, sweet Shavasana. Stretch your legs out. Palms can go either one hand on your heart, one hand on your belly, or out to your sides. Palms face up, eyes are closed, shoulders are relaxed. Jaw is relaxed. Breath is relaxed. Your arms and legs go soft. Your fingers and hands slowly release. Feel your chest and belly melt into your spine. Allow your whole body, even your bones, to melt. Feel the earth rise up to cradle you from below. And just be. So let your fingers and toes wiggle a bit. Moving the ankles and wrists. Bringing some breath back into the body. Maybe stretching the arms up overhead or whatever feels good for you right now. Just a nice stretch. Oh, when you're ready, take your time. Roll yourself onto your favorite side. In fetal position. You can rest your head on your arm, maybe. Excuse me. And give yourself a great big hug. And thank yourself for taking the time to unroll your mat this morning and be here with me. And all of us are with each other in the virtual world, sharing this earthly experience. What an amazing gift it is to be alive right now in this time of transformation. It might feel really stressful, but change is coming, change is afoot, and change is not necessarily bad. Sometimes it's a little painful, but I think that things are eventually going to change for the better. I really do. When you're ready, roll yourself up to seated. Close your eyes for just another moment. A relaxation. Bring your hands into heart center if you like. And just take a moment of gratitude for this practice, for yourself, for the gift of being human. This peaceful place that we find is ours and ours alone, and no one can take this away from you. This is your home. Finish the practice with a big deep inhale up overhead together. Exhale, bow your beautiful mind into your beautiful heart, into your beautiful spirit. Thank it all for working in tandem for you today. If you can get up and down off the floor at all, you're doing a great job. Thank you so much for sharing this practice with me. Namaste. And for those of you still here, you probably know that I finish every class with a reading from this book, The Language of Letting Go by Melody Beatty. It's kind of like my Bible, you can tell. Excuse me. I also, because of the no spleen thing, have difficulties processing fluids in my body, so sorry for the coughing. Anyway, we open to a random page and we read whatever is here, and today's message is self-care. When will we become lovable? When will we feel safe? When will we get all the protection, nurturing, and love we so richly deserve? We will get it when we begin giving it to ourselves. Excuse me. The idea of giving ourselves what we want and need can be confusing, especially if we've spent many years not knowing that it's okay to take care of ourselves. Taking our energy and focus off of others and their responsibilities and placing that energy onto ourselves and our responsibilities is a behavior that can be acquired. We learn it through daily practice. We begin by relaxing, by breathing deeply, and letting go of our fears enough to feel as peaceful as we can. Then we ask ourselves, what do I need to do to take care of myself today or for this moment? What do I need and want to do? What would demonstrate love and self-responsibility? Am I caught up in the belief that others are responsible for making me happy, responsible for me? Then the first thing I need to do is correct my belief system, because I'm responsible for myself. Do I feel anxious and concerned about a responsibility I've been neglecting? Then perhaps I need to let go of my fears and tend to that responsibility. Do I feel overwhelmed, out of control? Maybe I need to journey back to the beginning. Have I been working too hard? Maybe what I need to do is take some time off and do something fun. Have I been neglecting my work or daily tasks? Then maybe what I need to do is get back to my routine. There is no recipe, no formula, no guidebook for self-care. We each have a guide, and that guide is within us. We need to ask the question, what do I need to do to take loving, responsible care of myself? And then we need to listen to the answer. Self-care is not that difficult. The most challenging part is trusting the answer and having the courage to follow through once we hear it. And the message is, today I will focus on taking care of myself. I will trust myself and my higher power, whatever that might be, to guide me in this process. So for those of you who are still here, I can't see the screen right now. I'm so grateful that you're here. Oh, I wish I had better vision. I'm so glad that you could join me in the kitty, and I do offer these classes via Zoom every Tuesday by donation, preferably. I have all different ways you can donate if you feel like it. But today's class is just I wanted to be able to offer something to the community. I know we are feeling really challenged and really isolated right now, and I feel that it's really important for us to get together however we can and share the good vibes, because it's really important, I think, for us to stay in as positive of a place right now. And that doesn't mean ignoring the things that are going on, but sometimes it might mean turning it off and intentionally taking a breath and taking some time for yourself and some time to enjoy. You're still allowed to play, you're still allowed to go outside, you're still allowed to love your cat, and whatever it is that brings you joy, do that. It's so important right now. I think that is the number one immune system building tool that I would say that's worked for me, is just having a good positive attitude and believing that my body is incredible and it can heal itself, and so can yours. That's what the human body is for. It's an amazing, miraculous thing to be inside one of these things. They say that there are souls lining up across the universe for the chance to incarnate into one of these human vessels. So appreciate it, love it. I love you. I'm gonna come forward so I can see who's with us and probably close it out. Hi Deborah. Hi Bree. Easy rolling. What's up? So good to have you all here. Thanks again for joining me. I hope you have a really beautiful, blessed day, and remember to find love wherever you can. Peace. Namaste.